Hey everyone, VCers, Tony here. Tony's LPs Are Us. Thanks for stopping in. I haven't done a long record video in a few days. I was out watching my grandkids for a few days, so we were doing, we were preoccupied with that. But last night I got this announcement on my phone. Woke up, I saw Chad Kassem from Acoustic Sounds was talking about an announcement the last couple of months. I guess he always does these preambles and things. So, what was this one? And this one was they're going to release 75 albums from Atlantic Records in approximately 3 years, 2 titles a month. And these titles are going to be 45 RPM, cut from analog tape, if possible. If they were a digital original recording, then that would be digital as well. And if the tapes are in good shape, they'll go analog. If the tapes aren't in good shape, they'll use a copy tape, a duplicate tape, the best source that they could get. This is very interesting because it brings it down to a really nice price point. You're going to get a double 45 album for about $60, and I believe it's included free shipping. So $60 is in the same range as the Rhino's new high fidelity series, and I think that was part of the impetus to get this thing at that price point. It's a big difference from a UHQR that sells for $150 and up, plus another $15 to ship it, depending on where your location is or how Acoustic Sounds is shipping with FedEx or UPS. But I'm just going to read this announcement. I have it here on my phone. Acoustic Sounds announcing Atlantic 75, the historic reissue series of Analogue Productions. Pre-order now. Before I read it, I'm just going to give you a little preamble on it. The first 2,000 records of each series will be numbered, and those are going to be part of a subscription plan. Now, in my calculations, I'm not great with math. I believe it comes to about $4,500 to get the complete 75 records over that course of those 3 years. I believe you pay up front. Shipping is free. Shipping may not be free if you're not a subscriber. I don't know. You'd have to go onto Chad's website. But it looks pretty interesting. There's going to be 4 record on any. I believe there's a 4 record 45 RPM coming in. That'll be 120 or so because of the double aspect of that. And before I forget, I just want to thank everyone again for stopping in. If you haven't subscribed, if you're a new watcher, you just stumbled upon this because this is breaking news, please subscribe and like. Really helps the channel out. I try to bring you announcements. I try to bring you new content. I have a lot of OGs that I like to show and do A/B comparisons to and some crazy things just to have fun. So thanks again, and I really appreciate all the subscriptions and support. I'm going to show you some of my OGs that are in the first few records that are going to be released. And I think this is imminent. I think if it's on pre-order status now, these records may start going out in a month or so. I'm just going to read the announcement from here. It's the 75th anniversary of Atlantic Records. We are beyond excited to announce a 75 for 75, a new series of 75 vinyl releases from Atlantic Records. Story catalog to celebrate the label's 75th anniversary. Now, you all know Atlantic Records is historic. I would think it rivals any label. I actually dig the artist on Atlantic more in general than Capitol or Columbia or RCA. Of course, RCA has Elvis. Capitol has the Beatles, the Beach Boys. Columbia has everyone from Chicago to Billy Joel to Dylan. So, but I'm saying overall, for coolness and some really cool jazz titles and R&B, Atlantic is really cool. I remember, I think it was the 50th anniversary. I'm sure it wasn't the 35th anniversary of Atlantic Records. There was a big concert where a lot of artists contributed. Live, it was a big party. I have it on cassette somewhere. I taped it off of a radio station in New York, which was WNEW 2 FM. And I remember it actually was probably 4 or 5 hours. So it's on maybe 3 or 4, Chrome cassettes. I think I still kept them. I got rid of a lot of my pre-recorded, my recorded cassettes, unfortunately, but I think I still have those. So I remember that, and that was 25 years ago. So here we are now with this great announcement from Chad. And thanks, Chad, for doing this. And the price point is on the money. I'm going to show, like I said, some of the ones that I have that are OG, but I just want to read this announcement. If you give me a second, I'm going to put on these. Look pretty good. Beginning of this year, Analogue Productions and Acoustic Sounds will plan to release 2 albums, LP titles per month for a series that will extend over the 3 years and 75 records. Each 2 LP title will be cut at 45 RPM and will retail for $60, with one title comprising 4 LPs and retailing for $120. Not sure what that is. Maybe Yes Songs. Not sure. Titles may change from those initially announced, and the order of releases are subject to change. Some details about the historic series. We'll be using the best mastering engineers in the world, including Bernie Grundman, Ryan K. Smith, Kevin Gray, Chris Bellman, and Matthew Luthans. These are all top guys in their field, as you know. I'm not real familiar with Matt, but the other names I do know. There will be various reasons why we may choose different mastering engineers for individual projects as we aim to make this the absolute highest quality series. With our plans to go 2 titles per month, there are a lot of variables that go into these productions. For that reason, we ask for your patience as we realize that the series could extend on our initial projections. We will be using, this is important, we will be using the original analog master tapes for these reissues, but there are a few newer titles that were never recorded, that were recorded to high-res digital. For these titles, obviously, we will, of course, cut from the digital masters. And there may be a few older titles which the absolute analog master tape is no longer available or in poor condition. In these cases, we will use a tape copy if we determine that the absolute best available source. In all such cases, we will disclose the source used in the mastering. As we get into working on these 75 titles, there may be a couple of substitutions. For example, we may get to a record for which we can't find a suitable source. In that scenario, we will select a different title to replace it. Each release will be packaged in the highest quality tip-on gatefold jacket. Most will be provided by Stoughton Printing, but because of paper shortages and delays, we may need to find other high-end quality printers to provide some jackets. While we are committed to releasing 75 of the greatest titles from this historic label, each individual project is subject to the approval of the artist management. We are still at hand on clearing some titles. This is also important. If you have an opportunity, this is what I was talking about, the subscription plan. You have an opportunity to reserve the same numbered edition, quality record pressings copy of each title. The first 2,000 pressings of each title will be numbered editions and pressed at our own record quality pressings. Beyond the first 2,000 of each title, non-numbered copies will be available and will be pressed at either quality record pressings or RTI. If there are any limited number pressings that are not reserved, they will be sold on a first-come, first-served basis. However, if you purchase one of these copies, you will not be guaranteed the same serial number on a different title, obviously. Series subscriptions within the United States, lower 48, will enjoy free shipping. All other customers will be charged shipping when each record ships. So, like I thought, it made more sense. If you subscribe, you get that discount. No shipping. To guarantee the same low number for each QRP pressing, we are requiring prepayment for the entire series. To reserve your copies, they give you a website here, a subscription site. We ask that only collectors with a very serious interest in this opportunity to contact us. Additionally, we're releasing non-number super audio CD editions for these reissues. SACD titles will retail for about $35 and a double for $50. And they go on to, again, how excited they are to do this. So very exciting. I have, I believe, most of these OGs for the most part, maybe not some of the jazz, but I do have quite a bit. I don't think I'll be subscribing. I would love to subscribe. I believe it's a great deal in today's world. You know, $50 for a double 45 RPM. That's sure to increase in value, only because it's numbered. But I have quite a bit. I will be getting individual copies. I'm not really concerned if they're numbered or not. In my case, I would love to hear from what your plans are on this after you go to Chad's website and get Chad's take on it. There are some other YouTubers out there on the VC community that are doing their take on this too. But I just wanted to make this announcement. It's kind of late in the game. This happened, maybe 12, 13 hours ago. It's now mid-afternoon here. But I'm going to show you some of the LPs that were initially announced. The First Bad Company, which is a great title. Foreigner, first album, great album. This is a fantastic album. Selling England by the Pound. Genesis. Here's an OG copy of that. Sorry about the glare. Here's another Phil Collins. Hello, I Must Be Going. Not sure. This is an early selection. Not sure on some of these selections. If you're a Phil Collins fan, this may be the one to go. But this is a pretty common album. You can get this in probably near-mint condition for a very reasonable price. Here's a great one that I don't see in the wild. I was happy to get a copy. Dr. John in the Right Place. This may be one that I will pick up for the 45 RPM. This is a great record. It's a top loader. Really nice on Atco. But Dr. John, this is one of the first ones in the list. There is a list of initial releases that you could read to the website, on the website. I also put up some other ones I hope to be released, which is Otis Redding, maybe some Rascals, maybe the 4 record set is Yes Songs. Yes Songs hasn't been reissued too often, so perhaps that's the one. Yes Fragile is listed. Here's an OG with the hype sticker that I pulled. So that's a good one. I believe this Otis Redding is in part of the initial releases, and these are all fabulous. This is on Volt Records. This is an original. And I believe they will probably use stereo for these new transfers. So that's it. I just wanted to make the announcement again. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for joining us. And please comment if you like these announcements and do you expect to subscribe to this. It's going to run you about $4,500. That doesn't include sales tax. So include sales tax for your individual state. So that's in New Jersey. That's at least 7%. So 7% of 4,500, maybe more in some states. Maybe some states like Delaware, there is no sales tax. So keep rocking. Thanks very much, and stay safe. And we'll see you later. Again, I appreciate all the support, and I hope you like this segment. Please leave a comment, like I said, or also what great titles would you hope that they reissue? Don't forget, there's tens of thousands of records that were released in that 75-year history. So I'm sure a lot of us are going to be disappointed. We all have favorites. We all have ones that we wish that we could get a really unbelievable pressing, especially with today's systems that you guys have out there and the technology to hear these things. So leave some comments. Once again, thanks a lot and keep rocking. Tony's LPs are us, signing out. Thank you.